My name is Lila Barrett and I go to Oakfield, Alabama. My topic was child verbal abuse, and I'm really passionate about this topic because it's something I want to, that has to do with what I want to pursue in the future. I want to be a family lawyer, and I'm going to get my bachelor's in social welfare. What really sparked my interest in this topic is my summer job. I worked as a camp counselor at the YMCA. I worked with kids 6 to 12 years old, and it was an overall great experience. I had never worked with kids before that, but I'm so glad I did because I found it something I really love to do, and I know I want to help kids in the future. And unfortunately, child abuse is going to be something I'm going to be faced with. I chose this topic because everyone should know verbal abuse is just as bad as any other type of abuse because of the negative consequences that it has on a person. When you think of child abuse, your mind probably goes to physical abuse or sexual abuse. Many people don't realize how negative verbal abuse is just because the negative consequences are more on the inside and it's more easily hidden because it happens more indoors without other people around. And a lot of people don't come forward about it because it's not something they're unsure if what they're experiencing is abuse or not. I became informed on this topic because unfortunately a couple of my friends have experienced abuse. In those moments, I wanted to do nothing more but to help them, and a reason why I'm doing this is to help others and hopefully prevent it and push people to go get help if they're experiencing abuse. I became informed on this topic because a couple of my friends unfortunately have experienced abuse. There's nothing more I want to do in that moment but to help them. So I'm doing this now to hopefully prevent and push people to come forward about if they're experiencing abuse. And I wanted to educate people so they knew if what they were experiencing was abuse. Over a span of 4 weeks, I used various databases online, and I also talked to educated individuals about the topic. For example, I talked to my school resource officer about his experiences, and in my transitions class, a woman from UConnect Care came in to talk about her experience as a social worker, being in a school, and kind of what she had to deal with. For my Take Action, I first did a survey to middle school and high school to kind of get an idea of what people knew and didn't know about verbal abuse. I asked things like, what do you think verbal abuse is? Have you ever experienced verbal abuse? And has anyone you know ever experienced verbal abuse? And kind of questions like that to get an idea about what I should put on the poster that I was going to hang up around the middle school and the high school. I got the results, and I gave a definition about what verbal abuse was, some contacts for help, and some results from the survey to show that they're not alone. I hung these posters up around the middle school and the high school and in the bathrooms to hopefully make people more comfortable with coming forward if they think they're experiencing abuse or if they think someone else is experiencing abuse. I then created a presentation to present to kids in the elementary school, and I decided that I wanted to present to 5th graders because younger kids might not grasp the idea and they might not be mature enough to really understand what verbal abuse was. So I chose 5th graders, and over a span of 3 days, I presented to 3 classes, and I really feel like they got it and it didn't just go in one ear and out the other. The results for my topic might not be evident because abuse is a touchy subject and they'd have to go somewhere private to really talk about what they're experiencing. But I really do believe that my posters and presenting to 5th grade help people maybe come forward about what they're experiencing. If I had more time to take further steps, I would have definitely presented to more classes in the elementary school, maybe 4th graders I would have, and maybe more in the middle school. But with time restraints, that wasn't possible, but I'm still so glad that I got to present to 5th grade. Although I don't know if anyone came forward about if they're experiencing abuse or not, I know my posters did help raise awareness for the topic, and if people aren't experiencing abuse now, it might occur later on. So hopefully later on, they'll know what to look for and know what verbal abuse is when hopefully it doesn't happen, but if it does happen, they know where to go and where to get help.